Hello everyone, I am Defudge3004. Welcome back to Space Engineers. The last time that we were here, we got this guy all built and we didn't really have a chance to color him yet. Let's go ahead and look at that, but first I want to raise him up in the air and we're going to have to make sure that landing gear is not locked down and turn on the thrusters. So let's get inside. Let's go to I. And control panel, grinder thrusters. Okay. Now we can go to G and let's go ahead. Groups, put those guys, toggle blocks on and off. All right. Hit number 1. V, I, landing gear, and let's go make sure that that guy is not auto-locked. He is auto-locked. And let's go and close that. Now we will go to P, and now let's raise this guy up in the air. Alright, so now we have our grinder. Let's go to F, and as you guys may notice, that ship is now gone over there, and I'll go over that here in just a quick minute. Now that we have this up in the air, it's going to be a lot easier to do that. We don't maybe accidentally put something in here that we didn't mean to. Let's get to where we only pretty much see this, and let's go. I wanted to show you guys this last time, but this ship was not cooperating with me, so let's do it this way. We're going to go to Control B. That just made a blueprint of this ship right here that we have, our grinder. And if we wanted to build this, what we can do is we can click on it, and that's fine. We can paste it to the workshop, copy it to clipboard, whatever. And we can also go to F10, and then we can find wherever it is. Let's go find that ship, and it is right here. This is our grinder. So we have this, and actually there are a few different ones, mainly because my recording is... I'm being an idiot, not recording when I should be, and so things have been a little funny. Let's click on this. Now I can go into a projector and project this, or I can also go into creative mode and just paste it in, and that will work out just fine too. As far as creative mode goes, you have to get out of this game and then go into the options and go into creative mode, and then you can do whatever you want to, like delete stuff. And to delete something, you have to hold the block in your hand. If I was in creative mode right now, I could come up to this block right here, as long as it was touching and had the outline, and I could right click and it would get rid of it. If I left click, it's just going to put a piece on it, and I don't really want that to happen. And when you also do that right click thing, it will get rid of it and any other pieces that you right click on. Now it will also build the full blocks. If I wanted to build a block like this one right here in creative mode, is all I have to do is click this block into place. Instead of doing this, it is going to make this full block. There is no grinding, there is no welding. It's just made to basically create stuff. So if you want to test something, make sure it works okay, you can do that. I did get rid of the copy of this ship, the original one that would not move, and I just deleted it. I went block by block by block and got rid of all of that stuff, and I think that was the best thing to do, because as I said, we have this one here. There's no point in having a bunch of these around. Let's go over something real quick too. So when you delete a block like a cargo container right here in creative mode, anything that is in this container will drop to the ground. If this was full of stuff, then it will just drop all that stuff, like this stuff right here. From these thruster components all the way down to here, all these things dropped, and I picked them up and put them in here. Now my plan is, what I'm going to do is probably just go get a whole bunch of rock or something. I will take my driller here, get a bunch of stone, make sure I am full of that. Whoa, hey, watch out there, buddy. Get a whole bunch of that in my inventory, so it is over the 4,000 mark, and it's filled up to the 4,000 mark with just those blocks. Then I am going to go into creative. I'm going to come into here. I'm going to pick up this stuff from right here all the way down to here. And you can have as much as you want to in creative. And the reason I'm going to do that is when I come back to survival, it will give you a warning and say your inventory has been truncated. Anything will be lost that's over a certain amount. And that is what happened. I lost a whole bunch of stuff. I was fine with that because when I spawned this ship in, everything that was in those cargo containers in that ship is in this ship, and that's one of the best things to know. So anybody out there who is thinking about doing that, if you don't want the extra stuff, you can either one of two options: let it drop off and just float away, or you can also just go into your options and fill yourself up full and just get rid of it that way. So I can take out, let's just say, all of these right here. I can take out 128 of them. I can come over to, let's just say right over here. I can go to I, and then I can just drop these. Now, eventually, not right now, but after a while, these will actually disappear because they are considered a floating object, and unlike Savage Lands, Subnautica, and different games like that, that stuff will disappear. 7 Days to Die, Minecraft, you know how all that works. That stuff disappears. Ark, anything else like that. This game is the same way. Nothing will stick around unless you put down an actual physical block. Probably be easier to go into creative, but just do like I said I was gonna do. Let's go color this ship because that's what I said I was going to do the last time that we were here. And let's go to P. Let's pick out a good color. Let's do this blue right here. Now, the way to do it is you can middle click and it will do one block. Or if you do shift middle click, it'll do a whole bunch of blocks. It'll do a fairly large area. Shift middle click, it'll do several of them, so you can see it did quite a few. Shift middle click with the shift, and you can see how many blocks it is actually coloring all at once. It only colors a certain amount of them at once, so I didn't want to anyway. Shift middle click, not control. I kept on hitting control. And if you just, like I said, just click with your mouse button on just a single block, it'll only do that single block. But shift will do the whole shebang, or at least a very large area. And if I wanted to do something with another ship, I could. And let's just go and get all of this guy colored. He is mostly colored. Let's just go and do these two pieces, and now this guy is completely colored blue. And what I thought I will also do is let's come over to our little welder here. Let's go back to P and let's make him this color. Okay, and then we're going to go to shift and do that. Now, the good thing is it will not color like any of this stuff because it is not actually truly connected to this. Unless I colored this block, then it would color all of these, but I don't want to do that. But because of a landing gear or a connector, it will not color all of those, and that's very handy. Especially if you don't want to color everything, you just want to color certain parts, and instead of clicking on each one, you know, you can just do it like that. That's actually looking pretty good. Let's do that. All right, now we have a red ship and we have a blue ship. Now that we have that done, let's go back to here and let's do that. Now we have that, and let's do that. We went inside this ship. Nothing was there. We got this ship back because we jumped it back with our ship there. Now we need to go into here and we need to begin grinding this ship down. Let's go into our grinder and let's begin doing that. But we need to get all these grinders set up first. Let's go to F and let's go to I. Now let's go to control panel. No, I don't have the grinder set up yet. Let's go to grinders and then let's just do this. Okay, all those grinders are there. Let's save it. Go out of here, G, groups, and grinders, toggle block on and off. Now, if I try to do separately, it's just going to do, if I were to just do tool blocks like I did with the welder, it'll only do one of the grinders at a time, and that's not going to work out so well. So when we go to number 2, that's turning them on, and you can see how they spin. That's actually really good. That is what we want. Let's go up to here. And let's go ahead and see if we can start getting this guy all ground down. Let's hit number 2 and start getting this guy done. I'm going to work on getting this ship ground down. And I'll show you guys just how fast this actually goes. Getting everything lined up can be the problem, and I know that that other middle one is actually working just fine. We have all these welders, and we can just grind all of this stuff down. How do you like this? So as you can see, this is the only way to really grind down a ship. It does it in very short time, and you can make short work of even a big ship. No matter how big the parts are, it will grind it down in a very short time. I'm going to work on getting this ship all the way ground down, and then I will come back and we will look at doing some other stuff. I'll talk to you guys here in just a minute. One of the nice things about using a ship like this to grind down another ship is, like with that big cargo container right there that we just ground down to, we can actually just get everything out of it by using a grinder ship. If we do not use a grinder ship, what that means is that everything will just kind of fall out of the container, and we won't actually be able to just get the stuff all in here, and that's going to be a huge problem, especially if you want to keep all your loot, you know, that you're looking to get. So do use a grinder ship. It's going to help you out probably the most out of anything that you can do, and you're going to actually be in a lot better shape. So for those of you out there who are looking to do this kind of stuff, do use these ships. It makes a huge difference. For one thing, it's just so much faster. Now that I got the big ship ground down, I'll show you just how much I actually have. Actually, I just stay in the cockpit. Don't know why I got out. Go to I. Here's one container, and you can see there's 17,000 in there, 15,000 in there, and 35,000 in there out of 156,250. So they're not anywhere near full, and that ship is now gone. Let's look at probably adding some landing gears to this, and maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down by 1, so that way there's just 1 block and then the landing gear, and then I'm going to add 2 more to either side. Alright, we got that. Let's go to number 1. Let's go to P. Let's go to that, and let's put it on there. Okay. Now, let me see, that landing gear is facing the right way. I want to do it just like that. Go back to here, go to number 7, and let's put a landing gear block right there. Back over, do that. Forward, back, 7. That, oops. Darn it. 1 and there. Then we can weld all of this up, and hopefully it'll be okay. Keep on pressing the wrong buttons all the time. Alright. Then we'll get these landing gears to not auto lock. Because as you can see, when they're blue like that, that means that they are auto locked. I kind of made a mistake too when I was grinding down that ship, and it wasn't so much the mistake with this as it was a mistake with this. I turned on these guns again because remember I had shut them off when I got that ship and brought it over here. When I was right next to it, I shut them off so I wouldn't keep blasting it. I turned them on and it blasted it. It fell into like 3 pieces that went everywhere. That's one of the problems with like having stuff in space or not having like gravity and stuff around, is those pieces just start floating off and you gotta go chase them down. So you'll be doing that, and you turn on your dampeners and you gotta match, you know, whichever way they're going, up, down, side to side, whatever, to be able to match their speed so that you can catch up to them and get them all ground down. Well, what? Look at all this stuff here, man. Pieces from that ship when I whacked onto the ground here, or onto the asteroid. Well, that's a lot more stuff that we can actually use. That's good. So he hit pretty hard. I mean, went flying down and kind of smacked. It's like there's a lot of pieces here. That's awesome. Well, that's more stuff that we won't have to worry about having to find or anything. May not be very much. I did find all that I could. Some pieces did escape me and I wasn't able to grind them down, but I got, I would say, 99% of it, and that's what we're looking for, is try to get as much of that ship as we can. Sometimes you do lose pieces though, and that's just inevitable. Alright. Now that we got that, let's come over here. I thought that was something right there. It is. It's a marker, but it isn't quite the marker that I was thinking of. I thought it was a piece of, you know, the floating metal or whatever. And there's one more right there. Well, how do you like that? There's stuff everywhere. When these things hit, they break and just create that metal that's basically just to be ground down. And that's all that you can do with a lot of that kind of stuff. Going to put this in our refinery real quick, get that going so it's chewing on something. 542, that's not bad. That's actually quite a bit. Now, let's do what we're going to do here, and let's make these guys not do that, not auto lock. So I'll have to redo these again. Let's go back down to landing gear. These 3 auto lock off. And let's do grinder landers. Okay, we got that done. Save that. G, groups, grinder landers, toggle block on off. And let's go ahead and do these block on off. Alright, now we have those. And we also have these. These are... Okay, they're now off. Let's see if maybe we can get this guy in a good place. Sure, he's going to be a little crooked, not too bad in all actuality. Shove him over a little bit. Now, because there is so much stuff in here, this thing really doesn't want to slow down too well, if you know what I mean. It just wants to keep on going in the direction that it was going in. Okay, let's see how close we are. Let's go back to here, turn those guys on. See, all the way down, tilt back, and get this guy landed. We actually did quite a bit. We got that ship ground down. Now let's go ahead and just shut these thrusters off. So now you have an idea of how to take out like ships or something like that. Just going to create a mode, right click with the block in your hand, and you will get rid of all of that, and whatever you copy and paste in will be whatever was on that ship. Now earlier I had said that I had a few more of the grinders that we had. So there's one here, same one here, and the same one here. The reason was, you see, I was playing and I thought I was recording and I wasn't. And I had actually captured a ship and I blasted the snotty wobbers out of it because I jumped over to it, and we will do that. We're going to do that pretty soon, hopefully when we find a ship. We're going to use this guy. We're going to go over. We're going to try to capture another ship. This time, not a station that we find, but an actual ship. And I don't really want to take over like the friendly ships that have the white writing. And to find those, go to your factions. And all of these guys right here in the white are all the ones that are friends with this, you might say. And then the red ones are our enemies. They all have different logos and different things like that. But, okay, now I could probably go turn these guns back on. Let's go to the port side and let's turn these back to on, and they're set to the 800 meters again instead of like the 100 that I had it set at. On and on. Cool. So now these guys are back on. I am going to definitely get rid of that stuff that is in those containers over there. Let's do a quick check. Let's come over here. Now, remember I dropped those thruster components over here somewhere, and I don't see them. They are now gone. That's good. That means I got rid of them, and I did not pick them up. I actually kind of was too busy doing stuff to pick those up. I think there may be stuff in these other containers, but I don't think that there is because I mainly put everything that I picked up in here when I was in survival mode. So from here to here is just stuff that we really don't need. I'm not going to grind it down and get more parts out of it. Again, that kind of seems like a little cheap thing to do. We are going to go over to another planet like that one or that one, and there's always moons around there. We also need to go to the moon and check out that, mainly because there's an achievement for going to all of those places. We got our ship done. We colored that one. We colored this one. We got a lot of different things done. We got the big ship ground down. We have a ton of stuff in our ship here. That's pretty amazing. We have a grinder, we have a driller, we have a welder. Now this one could be bigger. We could always make them bigger, you know how that stuff goes. We have a pretty awesome base, and we need to maybe begin working, or at least thinking about maybe designing like a huge capital ship that we can take this in. I'm going to put some more thrusters on there for sure. Some that go backwards, I will probably put them, maybe some right down here, and maybe a couple up here. And some more going sideways on either side. I don't think I need any more going backwards, but I'm going to have to put some more that are going up, because those few there are not going to do it a lot of good. There are a few, but there's not as many as I would like. And I'm about to grind down these pieces, take out those blocks, which means I got to drop stuff out of here and actually get that stuff gone. All these unknown signals are good. They give you good stuff, but they're kind of a pain to go to at times. Let's plan on going to that planet over there again. Maybe we'll actually find something good, and we can also begin working on a massive capital ship. But first, let's do something before we decide we're going to do it. And the good thing is we can always begin doing something, but we need to do that one thing that I was saying that we need to do, and that's put on a landing gear. I think actually it was more like that color. Okay, and let's put you right like that. Now, let's start building this one, and then when we put ships on, it will automatically connect, and then we won't have to worry about it. Good, we actually have more than enough stuff. Yay! Now this will auto-lock, and that's really what I want, because then I can always go over to a control panel, like maybe over here. Let's just go see if it'll actually do it. X. Let's see if we can find that landing gear. Landing gear, and we can actually auto-lock that off, and then we can take off when we start building our big capital ship, because I'm also thinking about putting this in the capital ship too, and then we can have, you know, maybe this and this. So if we need to repair our ship, it'll be really easy because we'll have a lot of stuff that we can transfer between these two ships because we have connectors on them and they can just do whatever they need to do and we can secure them to the dock. However, even by connecting here and there, that would actually be a good thing to do. And let's go see. Well, we still have a little bit of time left. Let's go over by one and let's go see just how wide this one is all told. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 blocks wide. So we know we're going to have a pretty large ship to make this 11 blocks wide, which is perfectly fine. We can do that. It's not that big of a deal. It's just I'm going to put the end here this time. So that way... Now, why can I unable to place light armor block? So I can't do it like that either? I thought for sure I could do it like that. I do have enough of that stuff there. Huh. So it won't even let me do it like that. I guess what I want to do is probably turn this into, I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this because I just don't know. I thought that that would work, but that is not going to let me actually do what I wanted to do, and I don't understand why. Well, I know what I can do. I don't know why I'm not thinking about it this way. I should know better than this. We will do it like this. That right there is what I was trying to do. I had it on the end here. I was going to try to build it out like this and try that, but I think this would be the best thing to do right here. This will automatically lock, and it should lock with the green lock if I remember correctly. Okay. Now, when I start building on this one, once we start doing our capital ship, this will not attach to the base, and then we'll be able to lift off. And I can actually just take this now and get rid of this. And now we need to figure out a design for how we actually want this to work, because I really don't know how we're going to do this quite yet. I don't have a design in my head or anything, and we're going to have to really look at this and just see. I know it has to be pretty big. I mean, it has to be at least, you know, like 11. I'm thinking about 13 blocks wide. And if we start right here and actually make a couple, 3 blocks up, then we can make it 13 blocks wide here pretty easy. And then we can begin seeing if we can get this one to actually go right on there. And then we'll have more of an idea. We could also just make a flat platform for this to work on, and that would actually be pretty awesome too, because then we could park all of these guys on that platform and just go out from there. Because I don't know if the doors are going to work. Let's go to this one. Let's go to G. Let's get rid of that. And let's go to... see if I can find those doors that I am looking for. It's these ones right here, the hangar doors. These are only going to be this long. Let's see. So we would have to have quite a few of these to be able to open up wide enough for this guy to work right. And that would actually be a huge problem, because if we do... Let's come up top here, and let's do it like this. Do that right there. We cannot place another one until over here, and then we can do it like this. So this is how far out those hangar doors are going to go. All the way out to here, and that's not going to be wide enough, and I don't know if we're actually going to be able to build a ship that's going to have enough of those open up. We can try, we can see if that'll work. If it does, that's awesome. If not, then it doesn't, and we'll just have to kind of play with it and see what happens. These things are kind of expensive, as you can tell right there. 250, 350 steel plates is the most of it, but that's still pretty expensive. So we're going to work on that in the future. And at least we did get a lot of stuff done. This is pretty awesome. We didn't really go anywhere with our ship, but we did grind that down. We got a whole bunch of stuff. You guys know now how to do the copying of this, and also, you know, how to get things done when you are trying to build a ship. Just remember, you have to drop this kind of down to where it isn't showing up green on here, and then drop it down, and it'll work out just fine. Thank you guys for joining me here. I'm Defudge 3004. This is Space Engineers. We will talk to you next time. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.